So this is Sage. She's 13. She was hospitalized February 11th because she went into DKA. What was her sugar at? 389, I think her sugar was at. And her A1C levels were 12.5%. The doctors kept telling us, oh, this isn't food related. She can eat whatever she wants. We'll just have to cover for her carbs with the insulin, blah, blah, blah. So she was taking like 1 unit of insulin per 12 grams of carbs when she started. That's a lot. So like some meals were what?
Up to 9.
Up to 9 units of insulin.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and that's just the fast acting. And then she was on a 24-hour one, and that was 10 units of insulin. So 10 units in the background running throughout 24 hours plus any meal she had to cover with insulin. And it was pretty high for quite a minute there, especially in the hospital, because they were like pushing to have her eat bacon and potatoes and, all kinds of like starchy and sugary stuff. And I'm in there going crazy. I'm like, no, like, don't eat that. I'm like, that's not going to help anything. But then we got her out of the hospital and I said, we can totally reverse this. Like, you don't have to live with this for the rest of your life. Like, but it's going to be hard work. This is not going to be easy. So she was like all for it, and she jumped right in, and she's been 100% plant-based since then. When did you get released? The 17th of February, I think. So she's been 100% plant-based since then, and then now, just recently we saw her doctor, and she said that her A1C levels are estimated to be around 6.8%. So that's like cut in half in a month, because it was 1 month after she was in the hospital. And now we don't know where she's at now. We still have to get a blood test done for that, but our goal is 5.4% for her A1C levels, and I think that we're getting pretty close to that. Now she's only on 1 unit for 70 grams of carbs. So most meals she's not going over 1.5.
Do you mean 1 unit for the nighttime insulin?
No, you get 1 unit per 70 grams of carbs.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And then she's on 1 unit for the 24-hour insulin.
That's incredible.
And we've been doing those drops. Are they MHE3? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, the fixed drops. We've been on those for 2 to 3 weeks.
I think it's been like 3 weeks. It's been a little bit longer.
I think it's been about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's at her mom's house for a few days after it got delivered. But yeah, it's between 2 and 3 weeks that she's been on those. And she's been doing functional mushrooms on top of that and alkaline tea twice a day. She even intermittent fasts. She's 13 years old and she's like, I think I'm going to fruit fast today, or I think I'm just going to fast today. I'm like, okay.
March 14th.
That's amazing. Does that just come like intuitively? Is that what your body wants? Is to like fruit fast?
So this morning I didn't even want to eat breakfast, but I had already taken the insulin, so I was like, okay. I had chocolate chia pudding and berries and some almonds for breakfast. It was really good. So I forced myself to eat it, and then I wanted to fast the rest of the day, but then I was like, hold up, I want to eat. So I had dinner. I skipped lunch though.
But she had a really big fruit bowl for dinner. She had like some plums and kumquats and
I had watermelon, berries.
A date. She has a date with every meal. She's awesome. She's an awesome kid. She really like sticks to it too. And she sings her body a wellness song, and I think that's so cute. And it's powerful though. Like telling yourselves, I am happy, I am healthy, I am well. They're listening. I tell her that your body's listening.
It's so true. It's so true. So what's the whole like routine that you do every day? So will you say that one more time, like how your morning starts typically, and then how it goes till the end with all of the things that you do?
So as soon as she wakes up, she gets the fixed drops and a little bit of water and some sea moss. and then she does a methylcobalamin B12 pump, not the cyanocobalamin because that's not very bioavailable. So I tried to find her the other one, and she's been doing that, and she's been feeling better since then too. Because B12 can cause a lot of problems too if you don't have enough of it. And I noticed she was real dark under here and kind of pale on her inner eye. I was like, B12. So she takes that every morning on an empty stomach. Then she has her alkaline tea with chaga mushroom and lion's mane mushroom. And then maybe 45 minutes to an hour after that, she'll have breakfast, and it's always fresh fruit. Lately, it's been mixed with some like chia pudding, but that's just a plant-based almond milk with cacao powder. And yeah, she doesn't have a lot of fat either. So she was eating coconut like every day, and we cut that way back because the fat's just not
Yeah. Even though
helpful.
it's healthy fat, it doesn't mean it's good for you to take in like big amounts. So
Yeah. And I love that you're talking about the fat because, and then the fruit, because what I've learned and what you guys have learned that obviously is that about the situation with the fats. And it's so interesting how with the sort of situation that she had going on, how they say not to eat fruit and how they were having her eat things that were high fat. And she was in the hospital with those high numbers. Yet she leaves the hospital, goes and eats a bunch of fruit, and then does these things. And now these numbers are dropping at a massive rate. So I just wanted to shine a little
Yeah.
light on that.
And the doctors keep saying, well, there is a thing called the honeymoon phase with type 1 diabetes and new diagnoses. And I'm like, yeah, okay. At first, I was like, not sure if I totally believe that. But now that I've thought about it, I'm like, I think that's the body's last ditch effort to try to heal itself. And when you're not providing an environment for your body to do that, what's going to happen? You're going to become dependent on the synthetic drugs that they're giving you. You're not doing anything to try to get your body to a total state of wellness. You're just accepting what they're telling you to be true. So yeah,
Yep.
honeymoon phase. No, I think it's your body trying to, reverse and regenerate, and you're not allowing it to, so it can't. But if you provide the terrain, then sure, why can't it? The body can do anything. It's so incredible.
I just wanted to say, like, you're such an inspiration, Sage, because like this is something that I'm so thankful that you're sharing this story because something I'm really passionate about is sharing these sorts of stories so that people can have a belief that it is possible, because I think so many people out there don't believe that it's possible for them to get better with the things that are having in their body, and if we don't believe, because like you guys were saying, if we're speaking that disbelief over our body and like saying we're going to be stuck there, then there's no way for us to get better, because that is such an important part. And then in the world that we live in these days, it's been kind of programmed into us and normalized that we can't get better and that we don't have these abilities in ourselves. So you are just like, you're such an inspiration and living proof that what is possible, and your belief in it and your action. And it's just so inspiring. And I'm so proud of you.
Even one of the
thank you.
doctors the other day was like, we don't ever see this, especially in children her age. Interesting. I'm like,
And on the topic of like not believing, I think the doctors in the hospital got me to a state where I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to accept this for the rest of my life, and I'm just gonna have to live with it. But then I come home and Alex and my mom are like, we can hear this. And then that just gave me so much.
We can reverse it.
Right, sorry.
It's okay.
And then that just gave me so much hope. And sometimes I get a little discouraged, but it doesn't last very long, because then I remember the amount of times my insulin ratio is getting reduced and reduced and reduced until I'm not going to have to anymore. So
It's been weekly, if not every few days, especially recently with her getting reduced again and again and again and again. So it's been pretty awesome to watch it just all unfold, especially so quickly.
Yeah. Like at first when we came home from the hospital, it was like a few days, and then it went from 15 to 30 to 45, and then now we're here. Like, it was just super quick. It was like every other day.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's really, really incredible. Like really, really huge.
I
And
can't
then I
even
also,
imagine how much more it would be if she was just doing all raw. It's getting off cooked food is really tough, especially for a 13-year-old. But she's done really well, like with just having breaking her fast every morning with fresh fruit. I think makes a huge difference.
the other thing that you were talking about, like when you messaged me, is you said that like the fruit is helping, the drops are helping, and but they're all things that help, but ultimately it's her that's doing it and it's her body. So none of these things are like the drops. None of these things are actually what is doing this. It is the body that's doing it. And then all of these different tools that you're using are tools, and they're helping the body to do what it was naturally created to do. And you also mentioned something about having an inner knowing that there was something going on with the visceral fat, right? With the fat.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
soon as I was thinking about it, and she was vegetarian before this happened. She was still eating a lot of dairy.
And
Like,
peanut
and
butter, which has a whole lot of fat. Like, I would have apples and peanut butter constantly.
just chowing down on all those fats. And then I'm thinking, well, the peanut butter's not that bad, but like dairy, it just kind of like
I was having a lot of
builds up in your
cheese.
system, especially your digestive tract and all that. And your liver gets bogged down, and then it can't function properly with your pancreas. So, and she noticed too with her pee, it started looking like there was like a layer of fat like on it. And I'm like, it's working.
It was like
So,
an oily layer.
Yeah.
I actually noticed that today too.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
Incredible.
and fruits are very astringent, so they're gonna pull all that out. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they were telling her just, go ahead, have some bacon. I'm like, what?
Yeah. And
No.
what's crazy is that how often they're finding how many people have like fat on their organs and like on their liver. Like there's like non-fatty liver situations going on. And like because the visceral fat is what stores our toxins around our organs. So we
Yeah.
have so many toxins coming in our body from the air we breathe because we live in such a toxic environment that we have this buildup of fat to hold on to all these toxins because the body doesn't know what to do with all these toxins. So we have all of that fat plus eating all of this fat that's all normalized.
Yeah.
So there's like, yeah, amazing. Yay.
Yeah, so it's
Thank
been pretty
you.
cool. And thank you for your help with the drops and like where else to go. I wanted to get her that superfood stuff, but I was like, let's just do one thing at a time, see how we go from there.
Mm-hmm. So you did the vagus nerve, visceral fat drops. You've done fruit, supportive mushrooms. What was the tea that you did
It's
for
an
doing?
alkaline tea. I get it through Aaliyah's Herbals. She's on Facebook and TikTok.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Alkaline tea, and then singing to your body and speaking over your body and doing all of that stuff,
yeah,
which is
and I
like,
was doing my mudras.
She does these mudras too that stimulate the pancreas and balance blood sugar. So it's pretty cool.
I love this story because there's so many things that we can do to support the body, and you're just doing all of them. It's just like
Well,
such an
her
inspiration.
sugar would start to get high. I'm like, do your mudras, and then she does them, and it starts coming down. I'm like, you can't tell me this doesn't work. Like, yeah, I get chills thinking about it.
This is so cool. This is so cool. This is so important for people to know that this is possible, and that things like that work, because people think it's woo-woo and they think it's not real, and you're living proof. So yeah,
I told her,
superhero.
I was like, I know you didn't choose this, but you're such a warrior and you're going to be a catalyst for so many people. Like, you don't even understand how many lives you're going to change just by being you and what you're going through and how you're reversing things, how your body is healing. Like, it's just amazing stuff. So,
Yeah.
you're a superhero, Sage.
Uh-huh. Kimberly's favorite thing is chia pudding.
Yeah.
I thought
It's so good.
it's super good for you. So I love it. I love it. So inspiring. Thank you so much for sharing.